Hey, good morning, East Texas. Thanks so much for joining us on the CBS 19 Plus live stream. We're live here on CBS 19 Plus on Facebook and on YouTube. If you have any questions about the weather pattern, I will be periodically checking our Facebook comments. So go ahead and drop your questions on our live chat. And we're going to talk about the weather pattern as well as the the potential for severe thunderstorms that are coming in today. And this morning, we are just waking up to clouds. You just saw that on our Kilgore cam. But if you take a look at our future skycast graphic, you can see lots of clouds as we get started this morning. Now, as we get to the early afternoon, some showers and thunderstorms begin to fire up out to the Dallas area. Now, I do expect things to get on the intense side out there. Gusty winds, hail, as well as some downpours. We can't rule out the potential for a spin up out that direction. It's more likely out toward the Dallas area. Now, these storms are set to make it to our area sometime late in the day. I would say after 3 p.m. That's when we'll start to see them. But they slowly but surely begin to fall apart as they make it to the piney woods. Gusty winds, we could see some pockets of hail as well. Wind gusts, I would say, between 45 to about 60 miles per hour, maybe 65 miles per hour if you get caught in one of these little thunderstorms. But really, in terms of rain coverage, it's not a ton. That's going to last, though, all the way through the afternoon and evening hours. Once again, as early as 3 p.m., but a lot of this is coming in closer to 6 and 7. Now, we are tracking a level 2 and a level 1 risk of severe weather across the area. That level 1 comes through parts of deep East Texas. We are tracking that level 2. That's for Smith County as well as parts of Henderson County. Now, the level 3 is beginning to pop up. That goes through Van Zandt, Wood County, out to Camp County, and up to the north. A lot of this, though, is centered out to the Dallas area. We are seeing a rare level 4 risk for areas in Oklahoma. That's for everything that's circled in red. Again, that is not here in East Texas, but it is up along North Texas, along the Red River, as well as into parts of Oklahoma. Now, what we're tracking, you can see just some clouds as we get started this morning. Some showers and thunderstorms firing up in central Texas. Those are going to try to make it to our area later in the day. But I'm watching this. This is our next weather maker. This is what's called a dry line. It's separating this humid air, which has just been stuck across the piney woods for days and days and days. You've felt that mugginess if you went outside. Back behind it, not that much cloud cover. That's indicative of dry air. So humidity is down behind this. As this makes its way to parts of North Texas and it combines with this cold front, we do have the potential to see some strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, where we're seeing the bulk of that storm energy really is out to the North Texas area along the Red River and back into Oklahoma. That's set to peak sometime later in the afternoon and evening. As that dry line tries to make it into East Texas, it'll get cut off by the cold front, but a lot of this storm energy begins to drop back down. Now, we could have an isolated strong storm, and again, we cannot rule out the potential for a spin up here in East Texas. But the overall risk is on the lower end of things because most of that energy really is locked out to the North Dallas or the North Texas area, I should say. Now, we won't see anything for quite some time as we're waking up this morning. Just lots of cloud cover out there. It's going to feel muggy. Temperatures are currently in the mid 70s. Thankfully, there is a bit of a breeze, so that's going to help things move around a little bit. So it won't necessarily be that stagnant, sticky air, but it's still going to feel warm through the rest of the day. But let's talk about the humidity first. This is a check of our dew points. This is how we measure humidity. So essentially, the higher the number, the more humid it is. And we are in the 70s with our dew points, which makes it very unpleasantly humid outside. It's going to feel sticky. It's one of those days where it feels like the air is almost sweating on your skin because it is so humid. Relative humidity right now at about 91%. So you are going to feel that stickiness all through the morning and all through the day. Be prepared for another muggy and warm day. Temperatures are starting off in the mid 70s, but I think we'll climb into the 80s between 10 and 11. And from there, we'll climb even higher. I have us topping out in the mid to upper 80s this afternoon. 88, that's for Tyler. 84 in Jacksonville and in Henderson this afternoon. Nacogdoches and Lufkin are set to top out in the upper 80s as well. Now, the warmer we get, the higher potential we have to see some strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon. But if the cloud cover holds, which all the data is pointing to the fact that it does hold, we'll keep that storm threat a little bit lower. We'll continue to watch that through the day. Now, we are dealing with that humidity, so that's going to make everything feel a whole lot warmer outside. 95 for your feels like forecast around 4 or 5 p.m. this afternoon. Nacogdoches feeling at 92, same in St. Augustine. Crockett feeling at 95. It is going to be warm and steamy through the rest of the afternoon. Now, that humidity is going to keep things from getting too cold overnight. We'll only drop down into the 70s and 60s, but barely into the 60s. That's in Henderson and Emory. Tyler dropping down only down to 72, same in Longview. Lufkin down to 73, and then Groveton is bottoming out at 75 degrees. Usually for this time of year, we're closer to the mid-60s. So everything is very, very warm overnight. We are tracking the chance for isolated showers, nothing widespread, but the clouds, the humidity, as well as those isolated showers will keep things mild overnight. Lots of cloud cover, maybe a scattered shower or two, but a lot of this begins to clear out as we're waking up tomorrow morning. We do have some sunshine trying to return, a few gusty winds there as well. That's the result of the cold front that I showed you. We could get some more strong to severe storms popping up out in the Louisiana area, closer to Monroe, Alexandria. Now here in East Texas, I have rain chances dropping almost out of the forecast for Tuesday, only down to about a 20% chance of rain there. But that's all because that cold front is dragging in drier, cooler air. So it's going to squeeze essentially all the humidity out of our area. As the cold front comes through, it's squeezing the humidity out. That comes out in the form of showers, thunderstorms, gusty winds, humidity, and all of the weather that we see. That's going to continue until we have the cold front setting in. Drier, cooler air comes away and chases away all of the sticky, warm weather that we've been tracking. Now, lots of humidity today, but thanks to that cold front, humidity is going to drop, and it's actually going to be pretty comfortable Tuesday into Wednesday, but humidity jumps right back up again as we end the work week. As humidity rises, that is going to give us a low-end chance of showers, specifically on Thursday. I think most of us will stay dry at that point. Really, today and Sunday are our next higher chances of rain, only about a 30 and 40% chance in there, but still enough that you need to make sure that you are staying weather aware. Now, our temperatures are going to drop as we have that cold front coming through. That's going to take it down about 9 degrees, from 88 down to 81, or I should say 8 degrees. That's going to continue to warm up. We're back into the mid-80s, though, on Thursday, and then things are warming up as we round out the work week. The high pressure sliding just to our north. That's going to help crank up the heat as we make it into the holiday weekend. That means that we are looking at the upper 80s, potentially the low 90s coming in on Saturday and on Sunday. Now, most of us will be staying dry at that time, but just make sure that you are staying weather aware, and of course that you have plenty of ways to get water if you need it, because it will be warm, especially if you're out and about enjoying any of the lakes or rivers across our area for the holiday weekend. Now, on Sunday, we are tracking a low-end chance of showers and thunderstorms, but just be aware of that as you are planning out your holiday weekend plans. I'm going to take you back out over to our radar. So this is a live look. We're currently dry in East Texas, but I am tracking just some clouds that are making their way through the area. Maybe a few showers out near Waco. Nothing is reaching a severe level just yet. And really, I'm not even seeing any lightning out there. It's just some general run-of-the-mill thunderstorms that we typically see this time of day. There's a chance for maybe a scattered shower to make it to Athens and Palestine through the rest of the morning. But again, nothing widespread and nothing severe at this point. Now, I do think that we will see some showers and thunderstorms later in the day, but that's not now. Let me go ahead and take you a walk on what we're seeing. So we are seeing the showers and thunderstorms once again out to the Waco area and out in central Texas. That's out near Junction, Kerrville, and back toward the western Texas area. A little bit of a thunderstorm beginning to build out toward Kingsland, toward Austin as well. But let me zoom out here. All of this is kind of stuck out in the central Texas area. Remember, we do have that dry line, which is forming just over here. Let me see if I can actually draw it on there for you guys. So it would be right in this area that we're seeing the dry line form. And that's where we're starting to see some of these showers and thunderstorms pick up. As this continues to move into our area, that will kind of help to create the showers and thunderstorms throughout the rest of the afternoon. But of course, nothing here just yet, just instead some clouds that are going on. Let me go ahead and, oopsies, we have to erase that. Alrighty, here we go. If it'll let me zoom in. Sorry, 1 second, we are having a technical difficulty here and there, which is because we're using the iPad. This is one of my first times using it, so bear with me here. Alrighty, let's go ahead and zoom back in there. We are just tracking showers and thunderstorms out there in the central Texas area. I don't think that we're going to see anything severe for just a second here. but again, it's going to be in the afternoon. Maybe some pockets of hail forming out in the central Texas area. Again, this is near Austin. Some gusty winds, lots of lightning as well, but we'll have to wait quite a bit until it makes its way to East Texas. Here's a look at our future skycast again. We are just tracking clouds as we get started this morning. Showers and thunderstorms coming in after 3 p.m. Again, we could see some gusty winds with this. I think that's going to be the most widespread issue for us if you do get caught in one of these thunderstorms, between 45 to about 65 miles per hour. Really, I'm not tracking anything that's widespread. Now, if we are going to see a severe storm, it would be near Canton, Emery, Sulphur Springs, or up along the Red River, so very far north of us. But just make sure that you have at least 2 ways to receive weather information. That way that you are staying weather aware and prepared. Remember, that is the level 3 risk out to the North Texas area. I don't think that we're going to see something spin here, but again, we can't rule it out. So just make sure that you are staying weather aware. And of course, keep checking back with us because we will continue to bring you the latest updates as we get through the rest of the day today, and we'll be tracking it for you all through the day. It'll be with our 7-day here. Temperatures are going to top out in the low 80s today. Lots of humidity. It's going to feel muggy outside. Temperatures will drop significantly tomorrow as we have some cooler air rushing into East Texas, but we slowly but surely stair-step our way back into the upper 80s on Friday, and then we'll make our way into the upper 80s, potentially the low 90s over the weekend as high pressure builds in. Thanks so much for joining us for the CBS 19 Plus live stream. We hope you have a phenomenal Monday and that you do your best to stay dry in the potential for showers.